Welcome to the debrief for the ROCKWOOL Italy Sail Grand Prix in Taranto. It was a super eventful weekend. Plenty happened. We had heaps of breeze, we had no breeze, we had boats breaking down, and we had unfortunately the injury. But who I want to talk to first is the champion, so let's head on over to their base and see how they feel.
Emirates Gbr is going to win the second event in a row as they come off the victory in Saint-Tropez, and they'll back it up with a win here in Taranto.
Well, I'm here with Hannah Mills. Hannah, 2 in a row, how good?
Yeah, really good. I think, it was a really tough weekend. Super windy yesterday, not a lot of wind today, and so, to perform in both extremes was really cool.
And, I mean, we were all trying to work out what was happening. You guys are out the back, and then you were going to win. What was going on the boat?
Honestly, we half the time didn't know where the wind was coming from. The jib was just flapping, the wind gear wasn't working because there wasn't any wind. It was pretty stressful. It was frustrating to have such a difficult last race. And then, Ben spotted this tiny little puff at the end that we thought, actually, it's on here and we might get the roll on over the Aussies, but then we ran out of time and the race got cancelled. And then no one knew what was going on. So, it was a funny way to end.
And consistent all weekend, you're pretty happy with yourselves.
Yeah, we are, especially today, in that light stuff. We've found it a little bit challenging in the past, but I think a few little things we've changed, and it's cool to see the rewards.
Well, we'll see you in Cadiz.
Thank you.
Well, it was a pretty tough finish for the Australians. I know they're gunning for an event win, but you know what? I don't think they have too much to complain about because they're still leading overall. Let's jump in here and see if we can grab Nina and see how her first weekend back went. Well, Nina, it was almost a fairy tale weekend returning, but I mean, that final looked pretty painful from my eyes. How was it from the boat?
Yeah, it was just so light and so variable, and then really short as well. Honestly, quite a bit of a disappointing finish to the regatta. We just need, a regatta to finish with a bit of wind now, and we'll be back.
And I'm sure the Aussies can't wait to finally bag a win. Still at the top of the leaderboard, though.
Yeah, we're quite proud as a team of our consistency. We were kind of plagued with a lot of inconsistencies last season. So, this is an important step forward for us, but we're just itching to have, a good final that we can sink our teeth into and get, a bit aggressive and really go for that win.
As I said earlier, it was super hard to hear that there were injuries on the USA team, but we did catch up with Jimmy straight off the water to see how Hans is doing.
There was the extra motivation and definitely extra energy given the situation yesterday with Hans. I was able to speak to him last night, and we got a message this morning, and so really he just fired the entire team up to really go out there and just leave it all out there.
Well, I didn't get my predictions quite right this weekend, but I tell you what, that day was hard to read the wind, and it was hard to read predictions as well. I had Australia, France and Denmark in my top 3. Australia, of course, didn't bag the win, but they were in there for second. GBR backed it up and proved me wrong. And unfortunately, France didn't make it in, but it was great to see USA bounce back and get that 3rd place. Well, that's it for the debrief, and our time is done here in Italy. Next stop, it's Spain, the Sail Grand Prix in Andalusia, Cadiz. I hope you enjoyed this weekend. Let me know in the comments what you thought and what you're looking forward to next. We will see you soon. Thanks for watching.